Nepal, a landlocked nation nestled amidst the towering Himalayas, boasts unparalleled natural beauty. Its rugged landscapes and snow-capped peaks draw adventurers and travelers from across the globe. But within this breathtaking panorama lies a sobering reality: the inherent risks of air travel. Air travel is considered one of the safest modes of transportation, but when things go wrong, the consequences can be devastating. Welcome to our in-depth analysis of airplane crashes in Nepal, a country with one of the world's most challenging flying environments. Today we dive into the causes, investigations and possible solutions to improve air safety in this mountainous nation. The very mountains that lend Nepal its allure also pose formidable challenges to pilots navigating its skies. Steep valleys, swirling winds and rapidly changing weather patterns create a demanding environment for even the most experienced aviators. The importance of air travel in this region cannot be overstated. For many remote communities, air travel is not a luxury, but a lifeline, connecting them to essential services, supplies and the outside world. Yet the inherent risks associated with navigating Nepal's challenging airspace are a constant reminder of the delicate balance between necessity and safety.
Earlier today, an airplane crashed at Tribhuvan International Airport, adding to the list of tragic aviation incidents in Nepal.
1992. Pakistan International Airlines Flight 268, 167 fatalities. 1992, Pakistan International Airlines Flight 268, 167 fatalities. These incidents underscore recurring issues such as pilot error, poor weather conditions, and inadequate navigation aids.
When a crash occurs, a detailed investigation is launched by the Nepalese aviation authorities, often with international assistance. The process includes forensic experts meticulously piece together these elements to determine the cause of the crash.
Several factors contribute to the high rate of airplane crashes in Nepal.
How does Nepal's aviation safety compare with international standards? The International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, sets global benchmarks for air safety, yet Nepal struggles to meet these due to limited resources and infrastructure. Nepal's aviation sector faces significant challenges, from regulatory issues to a lack of modern technology. Improving safety requires not just compliance with ICAO standards, but also addressing the unique geographical and operational challenges of flying in Nepal. In 2013, the European Union banned all Nepalese airlines from flying into EU airspace due to safety concerns. This blacklist highlights serious issues within Nepal's aviation industry and serves as a call to action for significant reforms. Nepal's unforgiving terrain dictates the nature of its air travel. The country's topography is dominated by the towering peaks of the Himalayas, deep valleys and rugged landscapes that present unique challenges for aviation. Pilots must be exceptionally skilled to navigate these treacherous conditions, where even the slightest miscalculation can have dire consequences. Short runways, often carved into mountainsides, leave little margin for error. These runways are not only short, but also narrow, and they often have steep drop-offs at the end, making takeoffs and landings particularly perilous. The high altitude further complicates matters, as it affects aircraft performance, requiring pilots to be even more precise in their maneuvers. These challenging landing strips demand exceptional skill and precision from pilots, particularly during adverse weather conditions. Pilots must be adept at handling sudden wind shifts, turbulence, and the thin air at high altitudes. Training for these conditions is rigorous, and only the most experienced pilots are entrusted with flying in and out of these remote airstrips. The mountainous landscape also limits navigational aids, making flights heavily reliant on visual flight rules, increasing the risk in low visibility. In many areas, modern navigational aids are sparse or non-existent, forcing pilots to rely on their experience and visual cues from the landscape. This reliance on visual flight rules means that flights can be delayed or cancelled due to poor visibility, adding another layer of complexity to air travel in Nepal.
Weather in the Himalayas is notoriously unpredictable. The region's unique geography creates microclimates that can change rapidly, catching even the most prepared pilots off guard. Clear skies can quickly give way to dense fog, heavy rain, or snowstorms, making navigation extremely challenging. Sudden shifts from clear skies to dense fog or powerful thunderstorms can occur with little warning. These abrupt weather changes can reduce visibility to near zero, making it difficult for pilots to see the terrain and other aircraft. The rapid onset of storms can also bring strong winds and turbulence, further complicating flight operations. These rapid changes in weather conditions can create hazardous situations for aircraft, particularly those navigating narrow mountain passes. Pilots must be constantly vigilant, ready to react to sudden changes in weather and terrain. The narrow passes leave little room for error, and any misjudgment can lead to catastrophic consequences.
The remoteness of many communities further complicates rescue and recovery efforts in the event of an incident. Many villages are accessible only by air, and the rugged terrain makes it difficult for rescue teams to reach crash sites quickly. Helicopters are often the only means of reaching these remote areas, but even they face challenges due to the high altitude and unpredictable weather. The lack of accessible roads in many areas means that reaching crash sites can be a logistical nightmare, delaying essential medical aid and investigations. Rescue teams must navigate rough landscapes, often on foot, to reach the site of an incident. This can take hours or even days, during which time the chances of survival for any injured passengers diminish significantly. These geographical and infrastructural challenges underscore the inherent risks associated with air travel in Nepal. Despite the dangers, air travel remains a vital lifeline for many remote communities, providing essential services and connecting them to the rest of the country. The bravery and skill of the pilots who navigate these challenging conditions are a testament to the resilience and determination of the people who call this rugged landscape home. The recent air crash at Tribhuvan International Airport, Nepal's only international airport, sent shockwaves through the nation and the aviation world. The incident, involving a mention-specific aircraft type, occurred during briefly described the circumstances of the crash. Tragically, mention the number of casualties' lives were lost in the disaster.
The crash at Tribhuvan, a hub for both domestic and international flights, served as a stark reminder of the ever-present risks associated with air travel in Nepal. The incident prompted immediate investigations, with authorities focusing on determining the cause of the crash and implementing measures to prevent similar tragedies in the future.
The crash also reignited discussions about aviation safety in Nepal, particularly concerning the challenges posed by the country's unique geographical and infrastructural limitations. The incident underscored the need for continued investment in safety measures, infrastructure improvements, and enhanced pilot training to mitigate the risks inherent in navigating Nepal's challenging skies. Section 4. Echoes of Disaster, a History Marred by Air Crashes. The recent tragedy at Tribhuvan International Airport is, unfortunately, not an isolated incident. This airport, being one of the busiest in Nepal, has witnessed several such heartbreaking events over the years, each leaving a deep scar on the nation's collective memory. Nepal has a history of air crashes, many of which have claimed numerous lives. The frequency of these incidents has raised concerns and questions about the safety measures in place and the inherent risks of flying in such a geographically challenging region. These incidents, often attributed to a combination of factors, including challenging terrain, unpredictable weather and human error, have left a lasting impact on the nation's aviation industry. The rugged mountainous landscape of Nepal, while breathtakingly beautiful, poses significant challenges for pilots and aircraft alike. One of the most devastating air disasters in Nepal's history occurred in 1992 when a Pakistan International Airlines Airbus A300 crashed into a mountainside, claiming the lives of all 167 people on board. This tragedy not only shocked the nation, but also the international community, highlighting the severe risks associated with flying in this region. This tragedy highlighted the dangers of operating in mountainous terrain, particularly in conditions of poor visibility. Pilots often have to navigate through narrow valleys and unpredictable weather patterns, making every flight a test of skill and precision. Another significant incident took place in 2012 when an aircraft overshot the runway at Jomsom Airport, resulting in 15 casualties. This incident underscored the critical importance of precise landings and the difficulties posed by short runways, which are common in Nepal's airports. This crash brought to light the challenges posed by short runways and the importance of precision landings, especially in Nepal's mountainous terrain. Pilots must be exceptionally skilled to manage these landings, often under less than ideal conditions.
These past tragedies serve as stark reminders of the persistent challenges facing aviation safety in Nepal. Despite advancements in technology and safety protocols, the unique geographical and meteorological conditions continue to pose significant risks. The memorials dedicated to the victims of these disasters stand as solemn testaments to the lives lost and the ongoing need for vigilance and improvement in aviation safety standards.
Chapter: What can be done to improve safety? Untitled. Improving aviation safety in Nepal requires a multifaceted approach. By addressing these areas, Nepal can enhance its aviation safety and eventually lift the EU ban, ensuring safer skies for everyone. Nepal's aviation history is a sobering reminder of the complexities and dangers of air travel in challenging environments. With concerted efforts and international cooperation, there is hope for a safer future. Section 5. Unraveling the Puzzle. The anatomy of an air crash investigation. In the aftermath of an air crash, a meticulous and thorough investigation is launched to determine the cause of the incident and prevent future tragedies. This process is not only about understanding what went wrong, but also about ensuring that such incidents do not happen again. The investigation involves multiple steps and requires the collaboration of various experts from different fields. Nepal's Civil Aviation Authority, often in collaboration with international aviation experts, undertakes the complex task of piecing together the events that led to the crash. This collaboration is crucial as it brings together a wealth of knowledge and experience which is essential for a thorough investigation. The team works tirelessly, often under challenging conditions, to gather all the necessary information.
The investigation process begins with securing the crash site and recovering the aircraft's black boxes, which contain crucial flight data and cockpit voice recordings. These black boxes are designed to withstand extreme conditions and are vital for understanding the final moments of the flight. The data they contain can reveal a lot about the aircraft's performance and the actions of the crew. These recordings provide investigators with valuable insights into the aircraft's performance, the pilot's actions, and any anomalies that may have occurred during the flight. By analyzing this data, investigators can identify any technical issues or human errors that may have contributed to the crash. This step is crucial for building a detailed timeline of events.
Investigators also analyze weather conditions, radar data, air traffic control communications, and interview witnesses to create a comprehensive picture of the events leading up to the crash. Each piece of information is like a puzzle piece that helps to complete the overall picture. Weather data can reveal if adverse conditions played a role, while radar data and air traffic control communications can provide insights into the flight's path and any instructions given to the pilots. The investigation process is thorough and time-consuming, often taking months or even years to complete. This is because every detail must be carefully examined and verified. The goal is to leave no stone unturned in the quest for answers. The length of the investigation can vary, depending on the complexity of the crash and the availability of evidence. The findings are crucial for identifying contributing factors, implementing safety recommendations, and preventing similar incidents from occurring in the future. These recommendations can lead to changes in aircraft design, pilot training, and aviation regulations. The ultimate aim is to enhance the safety of air travel and ensure that lessons learned from each investigation are used to make the skies safer for everyone.